What's good, YouTube? It's your boy KFYS JOE back at it here again today with another dope video. Today, we're going to be talking about sneakers that I believe will be a good investment hold for you if you're looking to make a little bit of money, and that I believe will be skyrocketing in price in the near future. Stay tuned. Alright y'all, so let's go ahead and not waste no time. Let's get into the first sneaker I want to talk about. The Jordan 4 NOIR. This sneaker recently released on August 29th with the retail price of $250. This shoe got so much hate previously to releasing due to the uncircumcised tongue. However, being a Union Jordan collab on such an iconic silhouette, people started to fall into the hype as the release date got closer. There were two different colorways that dropped in this sneaker. The other colorway being the Guava Ice, which was a Union LA exclusive. That colorway unfortunately only dropped in LA at the Union LA retail store. I believe Sneakers also had a sneaker stash on the app for the people to reserve that were in the LA area at the time. Anyway, the resale market is currently between $550 to $780 depending on sizing. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that's a cheap price to resell for. I'm just saying that we need to learn from our previous mistakes of reselling the Union Jordan 1s a few weeks after they dropped. Let me explain. The Jordan 1 Unions dropped on November 17th of 2018 in two different colorways, the blue toes and the black toes. Both retailed for $190. Just a couple days after releasing, the resale price was between $700 and $800. 1 year after they released, almost all sizing were selling right around $1,500. And current market resale value right now on them Jordan 1 Unions is right around $2.5 thousand. With that being said, if you guys were lucky enough to hit for retail, you have the money to spare, hold on to these Jordan 4 Unions. You will definitely be glad you did a year down the line. Definite hold. The Jordan 3 Fragments. This sneaker dropped on November 17th with a retail price of $200. Now, before these originally released on sneakers, people were paying over $1,000 for early pairs. Unfortunately for those people that paid over a rack for these things, just a few days after release, prices plummeted to right around $500. That's already a 50% loss. But anyway, after a month of releasing, prices seem to have dropped even more. You can purchase them right now on your apps between $350 and $400 just depending on sizing. That's crazy to think about for me, considering that these are fragments and fragments are legendary. I remember when the Frag 1s released back in December of 2014, the resale price in my size 12, was right around $700. As you fast forward to today, current day, those Fragment 1s are reselling between $3,000 to $5,000. For the Fragment 3s, there's no doubt in my mind, current day market is the lowest they're ever going to be. So this is definitely the right time to purchase if you're thinking about investing in them or trying to cop a pair for yourself. This is a big time, definite hold. The Jordan 4 Off-White Sales. This shoe released on July 25th of this year with a retail price of $200. The prices now are selling between $900 to $2,500. These 4s dropped on sneakers as a women's exclusive. Many people took an L on this sneaker. The sizes that dropped, I believe, range from a 5.5 up to a 12.5 women's. Now, there were rumors that Sneakers was going to release these in men's sizing a few weeks after the original release, but unfortunately that never happened. And that's why we see such a dramatic change in the prices of the sizing. Of course, the larger sizes being more valuable. The reason I believe these are a great investment, even with the prices being at $1,000, is because this is the first colorway that we have seen in a Jordan 4 Off-White collab. OG colorways always seem to have the most potential to reach a higher value. Prices are definitely at its lowest that we'll see right now unless they release in men's sizing, and I believe that they will continue to rise. Some examples of OG Jordan collab Off-White colorways are the Jordan 1 Chicago Off-Whites and the Jordan 5 Off-Whites, the black colorway. Both have increased greatly in the past months and years, and these 4s are going to be no different. This sneaker is a definite hold. The Jordan 1 Dark Mochas. The Dark Mochas released on Halloween of this year, October 31st, 2020, with a retail price of $170. They're selling right now between $240 to $400 depending on sizing. Jordan 1s seem to hold their value regardless of how many times they restock. This shoe is extremely hyped as it is a super desirable colorway. But anyway, this sneaker has a great resemblance to a shoe that costs roughly $1,500. You may have guessed it, the Travis Scott Jordan 1s. And for the people who can't afford to spend $1,500 on a pair of shoes to get the Travis Scott Jordan 1s, these Jordan 1 Dark Mochas are the next best thing. Now, a lot of people like to call this sneaker the poor man Travis Scott's. However, with the prices reselling to what they are today, believe me, no poor man can afford this sneaker. I'm sure we're going to end up seeing future restocks of this sneaker due to retail box stores still have not received their shipment yet. Regardless of the restocks and the 280,000 pairs that were stocked on this shoe, the supply does not meet the demand. When supply doesn't meet the demand, you gotta pay up. As months pass by and people start to throw these Jordan 1 Dark Mochas on their feet, you'll slowly start to see the price rise. These sneakers are a definite hold. The Jordan 5 Off-White sales. This shoe released October 29th, a couple days prior to Halloween of this year, 2020, with a retail price of $225. Many people, including myself, took an L on this shoe. For those of you who were lucky enough to take that W, congratulations, because you're sitting on a gold mine right now. This is the second colorway that has dropped in an Off-White Jordan 5 collab. The original black colorway dropped earlier this year during All-Star Weekend, and if you watched my previous Hold These Sneakers video, you would see that Off-White 5 made the cut for a sneaker to hold. When I made that video 6 months ago, you will notice that black pair at that time was reselling right around $600. Current day, that size 12 sneaker, which I had in my possession, is going for a little over $1,000 bucks, like $1,100. This second Off-White 5, the sale colorway, for consumers, it seems to be the more desirable out of the two. Why? I don't know. Honestly, in my opinion, I prefer the black over the sales. And with that being said, that makes these sales, the more desirable colorway, a great investment. As of right now, the prices for these Off-White 5 sales are at its lowest, ranging anywhere from $425 to $685 depending on sizing. If you're looking for investment pairs, or looking for these 5s for the toe, right now is the best time to purchase, as prices have plummeted and it's only going to go up from here. Hold this sneaker. The Jordan 1 Japan Neutral Gray. This sneaker released on August 7th with a retail price of $170. This is actually one of my favorite Jordan 1s that have dropped so far this year. The last time we have seen this sneaker release was back in 2001. However, back then, in 01, not many people got a hold of this sneaker. The reason being is because there was no sneaker apps back then to have easy access to purchase a shoe that has dropped overseas, considering that it was a Japan exclusive. That's right, this sneaker back then only released in Japan. As I come to think about it, smartphones weren't even a thing yet back then, so there definitely were no apps. With that being said, this sneaker, once it released in the US, was extremely desirable to consumers, including myself. This is a rare hold, considering that this specific Jordan 1 was a GR. However, once again, it is a Jordan 1, and Jordan 1 seem to be the trend in today's market. These sneakers, depending on sizing, are selling right now in today's market between $250 and $400. But due to the demand on this sneaker, it definitely makes for a great investment. In my opinion, the prices will most definitely skyrocket here in the near future. Hold this sneaker. The Off-White Rubber Dunk Green Strike. This sneaker released on October 1st with a retail price of $180. Current market, the prices, depending on sizing, are between $290 to $400. This shoe right here just happens to be the third Off-White sneaker that I have talked about in this video to tell you guys to hold. If you haven't noticed, Nike, Jordan, Off-White collabs always rise in value. Always. I guess Virgil just has that special touch. Now when these dropped, there were two other colorways that released with these as well. The University Gold Rubber Dunks and the UNC Rubber Dunks. However, the Green Strikes were the only pair out of those three sneakers that dropped in the US. The others, I believe, were just UK exclusives. If we learned anything about Off-White collabs, is that if you took an L on sneakers, or took an L on whatever sites they dropped on, buy them a week or two right after release. Those are usually when the prices are at its lowest. Not just with Off-Whites, actually, with any sneaker. But for example, when the Off-White Pine Green Nike Dunks dropped, I believe it was December of 2019, they were reselling around $475. Current day, those Pine Green Dunks are selling right around $800. Another example is the University Gold Midnight Navy Off-White Dunks, aka the Michigans. They also released on December 20th, same time that the Pine Green Dunks dropped. Right after release, they were reselling for right around $400. Current day, the resales right around $680. The same goes for the third colorway that dropped with those other two pairs, the Off-White University Reds. With that being said, this green Off-White Rubber Dunk is a unique design that Virgil created. This sneaker will not drop any lower than its current value, so now is the time to buy. These are a no-brainer, great investment, and definite hold. Hold this sneaker. Jordan 5 What The. Now, these sneakers don't drop They have not dropped yet. These do not drop until November 12th of this year. They will have a retail price of $220. I understand that this video talks about all the sneakers that have released that you should be holding. However, I feel like these are so close to release date and they just have to be on this list. These 5s are one of the most anticipated sneakers of 2020. It's a super creative, unique style with a mix between the Tokyos, the Shanghai, the Raging Bulls, the Bel Airs, the Lasers, and the Kwai 54s. This sneaker is absolutely nuts. What the? Sneakers usually have a good resale value a few months after release. Here's an example. The What the 4s released in late November of 2019 with a retail price of $200. If you fast forward to today's current market on the What the 4s, they're reselling between $300 to $400 depending on sizing. The What the 4s sat on shelves. They sat on shelves. You could have gone to Foot Locker, Jimmy Jazz, any one of your large sneaker retail stores and picked them up even a month after they have released. Which is crazy to think that they're actually pulling so much money now for resale. Definitely should have caught when they were low. But anyway, pre-release market on these What the 5s are selling between $250 and $320 just dependent on your sizing. I do believe a couple days after release, it's bound to happen that the prices are going to drop a little bit more. But in my opinion, these shoes will definitely rise. So my suggestion is, if you guys try to go for these on release day and you take an L unfortunately, give it a few days after release and snag a pair then. This is a great investment. Hold these sneakers. So that pretty much concludes today's video, guys. Tell me what you think. Do you guys agree with me in the comment section down below? Let me know. Once again, this is just my opinion. From doing my own research, this is what I've came up with. If y'all are new here to the channel, please make sure to hit that subscribe button. Turn on post notifications so you guys never miss a beat when I drop a new video. But anyway, y'all, it's your boy KFYS Joe. I'm out. Peace.